Please welcome the SLA COO and Director, Joy Erven.
Good afternoon. I'm still a little shaky. I did not expect to see that about my mother up on the screen, and I'm sure there's some of you are quivering right now because they know that I'm probably not very happy about that. Mom. But that's actually not true. I am very happy about that. And it's ironic that on my very first page of notes for what I want to talk to you about, I always put down who I am, what I do. You can probably read it in the back because the font's like 24. And seeing that up there, it made me think to myself, who I am and what I do is a direct result of the wonderful parents that I had. And my mother and father adopted 3 kids. There was 5 of us. We foster kids. She was a special ed teacher. My dad was career Navy. And they really instilled in us a strong work ethic, compassion, integrity, all the things that I really, really embrace. And interestingly enough, every single time my mom and I were together, she would ask me, "Do you love your job?" And I was just like, yes. Every single time. And I came to understand that as a special ed teacher, what we do, what everyone in this room, business lunches and dinners and travel and doing deals and working till 10 o'clock at night, it was all so foreign to her. And she was a little concerned that I was happy. And that was always her number one focus, was I happy. And so when I finally made that connection, one day when she said to me, she said, "Do you like your job?" And I said, "Mom, I love my job." And she's like, "Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that." And I do love my job. And I thank Ben, I thank the committee, I thank the amazing staff at the SLA that helps me love my job, and also the members of our association that have embraced me during this time and shown me back that love. I've really, really appreciated it, and I've been very touched. It is an exciting time to be at the Surplus Line Association. It's an exciting time to be in the surplus lines market. As you heard Ben say, this fiscal year, the SLA processed $7.6 billion in premium, which is a 16.5% increase over last year. The top coverages, we had general liability, E&O, commercial DIC standalone earthquake. Those led the coverages with nearly $3 billion in processed premium. Our Communications and Government Affairs Department, led by Clifton Brown, they've prepared an annual report that all of you should have on your table. Does everyone have one of these annual reports in front of you? We're exceptionally proud of this report. It's the first year that we have published it. And why do we have an annual report? We have an annual report because the SLA is a business, and it's run like a business. The revenue that's brought in by the stamping fee is spent to further our mission and our vision, with direct oversight from our board of directors. The annual report also highlights accomplishments, your accomplishments, the carrier's accomplishments, our accomplishments. And the SLA continues to operate in a fiscally responsible manner, and in fiscal year 2018, our combined revenue was a little over $16.8 million, while our operating expenses were about $16.6. Our expenses are divided up into 6 operating programs, and I wanted to share those details with you. These are broad categories that reflect the mission of the association And instead of standing here and just spewing out dry numbers, we wanted to give you some context. And we took the suggestion of Stacy Sherson, she's here today, brilliant mind, who said, can you give us a little more information on those expenses? And I said, sure, Stacy, I'd be glad to. Let's talk about the programs the SLA does. It's important that to us that you feel comfortable with where we're spending our resources and our money, and how that money flows back into supporting our membership as well as the industry. Policy processing. This is our program that regulates the marketplace by reviewing all transactions, ensuring they are compliant. Important because compliance is the cornerstone of a fair and healthy market. Evaluating insurance companies. The financial security of insurers in our space is always important. It has become even more so with the recent disasters and some of the emerging markets. Market protection. Market protection, there are many ways we help protect the market. Meeting with regulators within our state, nationally, internationally, communicating updates, giving you breaking news through our website, sending out bulletins, and also publishing in major publications. Broker compliance. Broker outreach, training, creating innovative products. We're very, very excited to do that. Like our online filing system, and you heard Bob speak about the Learning Center. Management and general expenses. Boring, I know. But the SLA, like all businesses, has a cost to run that business. Rent, electricity, supplies, a lot of paper. Does anybody here know what toner costs? And finally, the Western States Surplus Lines Conference. The SLA hosted last year's Western States Surplus Lines Conference in beautiful Lake Tahoe. And we set aside money in our budget as the host state to take care of some of those costs, but we also collected registration fees to offset some of the costs. It was a great event with fantastic attendance, and this year's Western States will be held in June, hosted by SIWA in Monterey. It's at the Monterey Plaza Hotel, and the dates are June 24th through 26th, and I really hope you mark your calendars, and I look forward to seeing you all there. In closing, the Surplus Line Association has a regulatory responsibility to provide compliance and financial analysis to ensure a healthy, fair, and competitive marketplace. You can also see that we are proactively providing services and value to our membership. Many of these programs are developed through great efforts from our committees, and that those committees are comprised of professionals in our industry who are volunteering their time and expertise to help guide this association. We anticipate 2019 to be another banner year for California, and we look forward to serving you. I am Joy Erven, the COO of the Surplus Line Association.